Hello there, my name's Julia Gehagen and I make mini quilts, and I have a really quick, easy and simple technique that anybody can use to make a miniature quilt. So here's a nice festive little design here. I'll show you this one as well. It's Christmas robins. Everything on these little quilts is glued in place and has a layer of what we call a shadow fabric over the top. So I'm going to do a really quick demo. This is the first video that I've put on YouTube, hoping to do more, hoping to improve them as well as time goes on. So you start by cutting out the shapes that you want. So I have got a design here which I've drawn. So a nice, what I call a festive sampler quilt. The shapes are freely cut. So I start with small pieces of fabric, squares and rectangles, and I cut my shapes out and I glue them onto the background using a fabric glue pen. So this is a Soline glue pen. I really like these because you can, once you've purchased it, then you just buy the refills. So they're brilliant. It's a very small swipe of glue to hold these in place. And let me show you how simple it is that you can just take them off. So I'm just going to do a quick swipe of glue onto the shape, pop it there, and it's back in place. The white background sits on a layer of wadding. So you've got the front fabric, the wadding and the backing. Whoops, this one's coming off. So we'll pop a bit more glue on there. That's the beauty of this. Just a little bit of glue and it's back in position. So the wadding is an ultra thin wadding. So it's called Hobbs Thermore, and that's Thermore. And it's a polyester wadding, but it's been needle punched and all the fibres are drawn in really tight to give you this really, really ultra thin wadding. You can use up scraps of your own wadding. I'm a great believer in using up what you've got in your own stash. So you've got the wadding, the backing fabric, the quilt design on the front, and then over the top is a layer of this very, very fine net. And this is a polyester tulle, Tulle. I sell this on my Etsy shop, and it's really cheap. It's easy to get hold of in 6-inch rolls. You can often buy that on eBay. But the 12-inch rolls, which you need for the length, are a bit harder to get hold of. And although you may be able to find some, the net is not as wonderfully soft as the stuff that I managed to purchase. But I have to have an account and bulk buy this and spend a lot of money. So you can buy it from me, £2 a bag, on my Etsy shop and make probably 4 to 6 little quilts. So the net goes over the top and then you stitch through all the layers. Now, if you can free motion stitch, so you lower the feed dogs on your sewing machine, and then when you put your foot on the pedal, the machine, the needle goes up and down and you have to move the quilt to do the quilting. And I'll show this little sample. And so that meandering pattern around the images is free motion quilting. Now that's quite a difficult technique and it takes a lot of practice to achieve that. So you'll be pleased to hear there's a really simple way to do it, and it's just quilting rows of straight stitch but slightly wavy lines that runs through the design. So there's a little quilt here, little sampler quilt, where I have stitched wavy lines of straight stitch through the design. Now you use the colour of the thread in the background, so it's cream, and it may not feel natural to have a cream thread running through the dark fabric shapes, but it's effective, and the idea is that it is quick and it's easy. So this version I have actually free motion quilted, so I've gone all around the shapes, and then I've added some extra lines for the baubles and the packaging. I've gone around the shapes as well. So free motion quilting is really good for adding extra effects, but as I say, it's a lot of practice. You could add some of those extra effects with hand embroidery, and then you can add on lots of embellishments. So you can put buttons on for the holly there, all sorts of effects. So that is just a really quick introduction to my technique. I hope to do another video to show you how simple it is to make a little landscape quilt. So thanks for watching. See you another time.